If you've noticed, I decided to do something different. I cut my beard myself during this stay-at-home time, and don't worry if you miss it. My hair grows back fairly fast, so it'll be back before you know it, and we'll see what happens with it. But today, as the title suggests, I'm going to talk about the question of if this is the beginning of the end for the college football season for fall 2020. Mainly because we're starting to see more and more teams pull out of games and try to shift to an all-league or conference game schedule, and that's something that puts us in a position of wondering if this will happen at all. So what prompted this video is that Alabama and USC, their game has been canceled, the one in Dallas, Texas, and it's because the Pac-12 has decided to go to an all-conference game schedule, like how the Big Ten did the same thing just the day prior. And the Big Ten is doing league-wide all sports, all conference play. And what this helps to do is to limit travel exposure, obviously, so they want to ensure the safety of the student athlete, but also allow them to get reliable testing at their facilities more often so that they can help stem the tide of coronavirus outbreak. But limiting that travel is helpful, but it also helps to push the season back a little bit, because league play typically doesn't start for most teams until about the third or fourth week of the season. So that gives them more time to maybe see if things are going to shake out well. But what that looks like to me is that they're just trying to push back the start more and more to see if things are going to work out. Not necessarily saying that for sure this season is going to happen and we're just going to take out the travel, but more so saying we're hoping that this change will buy us some time until things work out and then the season will start. That's what it feels like to me. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good indicator to go off to say that we're going to have a fall 2020 football season. Personally, I applaud the move of taking care of the player safety and putting that priority first. And I would much rather value safety over the football season in general. So I'm on that side. But I think college football is just going to have to bite the bullet. So if you know about the phrase God over money, no amount of material wealth can succeed the importance of God in your life. You can't serve two masters. You serve God, but you don't love or give yourself over to money. And I think in the same situation, we would say that people are more important than money, because college football is a business. So they're going to have to bite the bullet and say, hey, we're going to have to lose something to keep people safe. And so basically what I'm saying is that it's athletes over money in this case. We know that this is a huge industry, and these programs make a ton of money for their schools. But honestly, we have to ask ourselves, how far are we willing to go to make $1? I think that's a serious question that people aren't considering when they're talking about this topic. Everyone just wants to watch college football. We got to think about what's the long-term impact of this. As I said, I think college football is trying to hold on to as much of this season as possible, but I think it's time to face the facts and see if this is actually going to happen at all. I believe we will ultimately end up with a no fall football season. That's my prediction as of this point. And what do you think about that? Do you believe do you believe there will be a college football season at all? Is that what you prefer? Like me, like if it comes down to player safety or the football season, what do you prefer to see? I don't want a watered down football season. I'd rather see a spring football season, or maybe just skip it all together if necessary. But what do you want to see? If it came down to the choice of no fall football season, but we'll do spring, or no football at all, which one would you choose? I'd love to know in the comments below. We can have a discussion about it. I'll see you all for the next video.